Welcome everyone to Male Fuzz TV. I am Peter, that is Tara, and we are going to talk about the Twilight Zone, Season 4, Episode 12. It is called I Dream of Genie. And I kept dreaming of the end of this episode. So, the premise of this one is that a kind of timid schlub of the name of George P. Hanley, he buys him a lamp, so some, like, you know, thrift store guy, like, you know, sells him a lamp, like a genie lamp, which he buys as a gift for a girl at his office. And I, you know, when he said that at the start of the episode, I thought, oh, okay, there's going to be like this girl at the office who is kind of maybe the love interest of the episode, and you know, it's going to be this thing where he's trying to impress her, and he's maybe going to use the wish, and it's going to be and then it's like, no. When you go to the office, you realize that everyone else there, like, he's a dweeb compared to all of them, and the woman comes in, and every guy in the office wants this woman. She is the queen bee secretary of the boss, and everyone is gunning for her, and he's got no chance in hell, and it's all a little bit sad. And then that night, he rubs the lamp, Genie pops out, and he's got one wish. And the episode is not really about him making the wish, it's about him thinking about what will happen if he makes different wishes. So it's kind of like a little anthology story of like these three different wishes that he could make, and then I'm ultimately deciding not to. So that's the episode. Tara, what did you think of I Dream of Genie?
You know, I actually don't hate the episode. I think it sounds like you did, so
I mean, hate's a strong word. Like I can appreciate what it was getting at, but I wouldn't say I enjoyed it.
I actually do like the idea of the anthology style of, you know, what if I make this wish? And we get to see all the characters that we've already been introduced to in these different situations. And I think the lead actor is good in each one of those, where like he acts very different and very confident, or he has what he wants, and he is different in all of them versus the character we see at the beginning. I do think the beginning is just okay. The setup with the secretary, like, is a bit odd, honestly. And I think the ending is just terrible. Like, I hate the ending. But I actually didn't mind the anthology stuff. I thought that stuff was actually kind of good. And it was it wasn't what I was expecting from the episode too. I was sort of just expecting, you know, him struggling to figure out what wish, and it was just something that we'd seen before, you know. It felt a little bit more creative anyway.
There is one element of it I kind of like, because I agree the whole secretary thing is really weird, because like they literally all gather around her desk as she gets a present from like the main rival, George.
They give her like a teddy.
Or Roger. yeah, it's like a teddy. And you know, this makes our main character feel all like, oh, I bought her this stupid little antique lamp thing, like I'm going to look a laughing stock. But she's like, oh, I love it, and she kisses like Roger on the lips in front of everyone, and everyone's like, woo! Like, what is this? You aren't people.
Yeah,
you're like,
it's a little silly. Like, maybe I know it's probably supposed to be like a comedy or whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe things are exaggerated a bit, but it seems like a lot.
Yeah. But the one thing I did appreciate about it is that through the three like sort of imaginary wishes he has, where he's thinking about it or dreaming about it, is in each one, like, so the first one is like he wishes for this thing where she's a movie star and he's her husband, and it's like, oh, he wants this romance, and this gives her what she wants in life, and it sort of shows that she's still going to end up not really wanting him and wanting someone else, and we'll talk about specifically how in a bit, but that, so it's like, okay, that's that one, and I like that progressively throughout these, and this is almost a little bit you know, toxic masculinity in a weird way, even though you can sort of understand where it's coming from in this case.
Yeah, it's like fame, money, and power are the three things that he's considering, right?
Well,
pretty
yeah,
standard.
No, but I mean specifically with her, and over each one, he's gradually in a position of like power over her more and more with each one. So the first one, he's the spineless husband who technically is allowed to like say yes or no to her movie roles, but it's kind of like, it's just like a fake power. He doesn't really have it, and it's kind of, you know, he's kind of made to feel small and worthless and whatever. And then the second one, when it's I'm trying to remember the order of these correctly. Was the second one when he's rich, or was that the third one?
Yes.
So the second one's when he's rich.
Yeah, he gets money.
Right. And now she's his secretary, and he's just sort of like barking orders at her. And that's what that one is. And then the third one, remind me what the third one is?
President,
yes. And this time, she comes in and begs for a pardon for her son. So now she's literally
she's very desexualized in it too.
Yeah. So you've got this thing where it goes from she's like he's supposed to have the pardon relationship, but she still really has it, and she's cheating on him behind his back and all that. And then it's like now he's her boss and she's answering to him, but it seems all in the up and up otherwise. And then the third one, it's like, no, she's groveling because he has this power. He can like pardon her son who's going to get executed. And and she's like begging. Like, and it's this idea that he wants her to need something from him. And this is like progressively. So I appreciated that subtext throughout the episode.
It's a little incel, right? Like, first you admire women and then you start to resent them. And then it's like, and now women like, the fantasy is that they need something from you, that you have all the power over them. So
I said toxic masculinity, but yeah, like incels done all the way up. Yeah. Like I think that is probably my favorite thing about the episode, because it actually feels quite smart and ahead of its time. Like it feels like it's actually examining something. But all of the hijinks of the everything else, like, and like the Genie character when he pops up, and I said this last week when we saw the snippet of it, on the next time on. It just kind of feels like, I don't know, you've done this kind of like, oh, the Genie or the magic character is not quite what you expected. He's just kind of a regular looking dude.
Yeah, he comes off as like really not into his job.
No.
And he's made a bunch of different rules. Like he made the rule of only one wish instead of 3, the standard. Like, I don't know, like he's not into it. It's a boring job to him, as described by our lead character later on, which is why I don't really get the ending all that much.
Well, either the ending is that he wishes to be a genie, so now he's a genie, or potentially he just like says, can I have your job? Because you clearly don't like it anymore. I'll take it. And I don't know. But it is worth mentioning. It
feels like it's a curse, but he seems really into it.
Oh yeah, he's happy. He's in the get-up. He's like wearing like an outfit and everything. Like unlike the first Genie.
He put effort into it.
Yeah, so he's clearly into this. I'm not so sure.
I guess it's more of it like he's so afraid to be a personality that gets what he wants in life that he's confided instead to living inside this one very small space with the dog that he loves for eternity, and just giving things to other people, giving what other people want, or watching them fail or something. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe he wants to give them their own cautionary tale.
What I think is so funny about this is that we saying we can see kind of like almost like a very like ahead of its time analysis of an incel. And I think one of the things that sticks out to me here is that I don't necessarily think this guy's meant to be an unlikable character, and he's not really presented as an unlikable character, but there's definitely like, in addition to what we already talked about with his attitude towards the woman and how it changes from dream to dream, and how she is in relation to him and the power and all that. Even in the rich one, there's like a scene where there's like this little boy like who's delivering papers, and he pays him $100 bill. He's like, no, I wasn't expecting you. Like this idea that he wants to see himself as this like, oh, I'm a great person. Like if I had money, I'd just be handing it away. And like the actor or the character who was his boss at the start, he's in each dream as well, as is Roger the rival. But the boss in this one is like his old like college professor or something like that, of the college faculty, maybe the dean or something. But he comes in and he's like, oh, we need some donations for the old so we're asking all the alumni the alma mater, is that the phrase? Did I say that right?
The old alma mater, yeah, I guess so. Alma mater is like a chant or something that
he said that he definitely said that in the scene. I don't know, we don't have like these. I
don't know. I went to school as an adult, so I took some time off. I didn't go to dorms, Yeah. I don't speak the Greek.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Dorms,
but
I don't know.
Like even this is like the guy's like, oh, I think we have to raise like $1.2 million. So if you can put in like 10 or 20,000 to get the ball rolling, and we can go around everyone else. And he hands him a check for $1.2 million. Like, no, we can't accept this. like, to give me what I asked. It's this idea that he's so generous that someone has to talk him down to the amount that he's, and maybe that's like hinting that he'll enjoy being a genie because he gets to give people things, and that's like the one thing he wants. But it almost feels like this like idealized version that he thinks of himself, like, oh, I'm a generous person, I give things to people. I don't know. But that stuck out to me a little bit.
Yeah, that was okay. The money one was just like, well, he ultimately was like, well, I don't really want this because I don't get anything out of having everything. If I can't enjoy the process of, saving my pennies to buy the ice cream, then I won't enjoy the ice cream as much or something. I can't remember exactly, but he's, but I don't know, like, so much of life depends on having money that it's hard not to be like, well, that still seems like the safer option of just like asking for money.
Yeah, because you can still do
and
things
just
with
having
it. Yeah.
that safety net.
But I think that what stuck out to me was there was kind of a running thing in this middle dream where they kept bringing up how like it was more effective to just throw something away because in his tax bracket, like, he would be charged more for, like, or something. Like, they kept like it was basically there was a lot of like rich person pity in this, where it was like, oh, you have to pay all these taxes that regular people don't have to pay, and all I could think was, the real world's the opposite. Like, this is like completely different. The rich aren't taxed enough in the real world. This is nonsense.
Yeah.
This is complete fiction. all rich people seem to do is try and avoid taxes. So I don't know. That stuck out
Take
to
it
me.
from the middle.
Yeah. That just stuck out to me as like one of the running things in that middle section. Obviously, the first one is that he's the husband to, like, the woman, but she's a movie star, and she's like, no, don't kiss me, you'll mess up my makeup. And he's like, he feels like he never spends time with her because she's like, makeup call at like 4:30 in the morning, and then she's doing shooting, she's rehearsing lines and all that. Only to find out eventually that she's been smooching with like this other actor who's played by the rival from The Office.
Doesn't care if he messes up her makeup.
And that's an exact line of dialogue. Yeah, it's like, what, I messed up your makeup? It's like, oh, I don't care. Kiss me, Roger.
Yeah, there's no passion.
Yeah. So George is really sad, and that's kind of the there is a consistent thing though where he has a dog in everyone. It's not the same dog that he has in real life, but everyone he has a different dog in.
Yeah, I like the idea that depending on the lifestyle, you would have a different type of dog.
Yeah.
Like the first one is clearly like a dog for a fancy lady because it's it's like a toy poodle that's all done up.
The second one was huge.
Yeah. The second one, I don't remember what it was exactly, what kind of dog.
When it went up in his back legs to hug him, it was like, wait, this is the size of a human practically. This thing's huge.
Yeah, I can't recall. Maybe it was Great Dane. I don't remember. But then the president had like a Scotty dog. Yeah.
No, it wasn't a Great Dane because Great Danes aren't shaggy dogs. This was a big like hairy thing.
Oh, okay. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was huge. But, I mean, yeah, the president one's quite short, but at that point, I think you get like, that's probably quite smart because at this point it's like, oh, we have to sit through another one of these. Oh no, it makes sense. He gets to the point quicker. He's got all the power now in the world, effectively.
I like that he's making decisions left and right, and he really feels like he's great at this. Like, I can do this. And then like the most wild thing happens at the end where they're like, Mr. President, aliens are invading. What do we do? Do we fight? We should fight, right? And the other scientist is like, no, don't fight because you might start a war with aliens. What if they come in peace?
That was a really weird left turn, but because they're all like dream scenarios in his head, it's like they can just do whatever they want, basically.
I'm sure they have to have a protocol for like, whoa, what if aliens show up? This is the hard decision that you got to make.
I'm just glad it didn't happen from 2016 to 2020. I think we dodged the bullet. That's all I'm saying.
They probably would have just left. Like, turn the ship around.
Turn that ship around. We go back to
our
Titan.
10,000-year journey back home. We wasted time.
What a disappointment. Yeah. So anyway, I think, there is a little bit of good character work in there, But it's kind of funny how we're looking at it from a very modern perspective to like sort of like to deconstruct it that way. So
if it still works that way, then it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, don't worry. I think it's intentional. I think this idea that he has more power over her with each, dream, that is absolutely in the writing. That is not just something we're noticing now. That is there. But I think our perspective from the modern world, though, is making us look at him a lot less favorably because of it. Because we're associated with a lot of really nasty people, and he's not necessarily nasty. He's just kind of, this is his thought process. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he gets taken advantage of. Like as soon as he gets to the store, not just the salesman, but like he's not sure if he even wants to come in because like he doesn't know what he wants, and seems like he's about to leave, and so like he's just indecisive. And then the salesperson just sells him a thing that he definitely didn't want to buy instantly. So, I mean, it sets up his character, but like I said, I don't know about the ending. I think the ending is a little confusing. I'm trying to make it work, but it just seems odd that he would choose to be.
It's just a bit of a
this way.
It's almost like a really sad ending, even though he seems to enjoy being a genie. It's almost like he's just decided that he doesn't fit into the humanity and has just left it.
He doesn't deserve a gift of some type either. He just wants to like imprison himself.
It's actually really depressing. You could almost say this is an analogy for him just like committing suicide at the end, that he's just deciding, no, you know what, I can't fit into the like life with other humans, so I'm out. Yeah,
literally nothing will benefit him.
Yeah,
nothing.
And I don't think the ending's meant to read like that, but like when you stop and think about it, it's actually quite sad and dark. Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, I definitely don't think it's the worst episode, and it's perfectly fine. I think the little vignettes we get are actually kind of entertaining.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be from the description, but it also was by far, far away from my favorite of any kind. So we actually didn't get a next time on at the end. It just went straight to the credits.
I was so shocked. I was waiting for it, and then straight to credits.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. I don't know if this was maybe like the break, mid-season break or something. They didn't really have the next one ready to put a bit in, or I don't know. But anyway, coming up next time, we have an episode called The New Exhibit. A wax museum employee fights to preserve 5 figures of famous monsters.
Okay.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I was thinking we were going to get like that Paris Hilton movie. Or Vincent Price movie, depending on which one.
Yeah, the Vincent Price one came first. Show some respect.
One of them had Paris Hilton. I don't remember what it's called.
House of Wax.
Something about House of Wax. Yeah. So I guess we're not getting people inside. Like the monster thing intrigues me because I would think it's people.
Well,
maybe there are still people.
Yeah, I could see it being human monsters. Like I don't know if it'll be Dracula, but Dracula's still a person. It's still an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not expecting some sort of like like suit or effect or anything like that. Maybe a bit of makeup on a person's face, and that's probably about it. But I don't know. It sounds interesting. It's definitely more horror focused.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like it.
Which is nice because I feel like we've had a few in a row that have been a bit less horror, and Twilight Zone often does well when it goes into the eerie part of the mystery stuff.
Yeah, those tend to be my favorite episodes.
Yeah, so hopefully it's good. But let us know what you thought of this episode of the Twilight Zone in the comments. You can like, subscribe, and ding the bell for notifications. All of that helps us out a lot. And of course, you can support all the content financially by hitting the super thanks button, or going over to patreon.com/mailedfuzztv and supporting us over there for any amount per month, and it helps keep all the content coming. But that is us. So thank you once again for watching or listening. We always appreciate it, and keep watching TV in the Twilight Zone.